in America.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, that's one of the weird things for me is like I was a freshman in high school when that happened, and I watched it on the TV in the classroom, and I remember very clearly I was in Algebra 2 at the time, and I remember watching it, and there were some people that were like reacting like they were acting like joking around about it, thinking it was a joke. There were some people like acting like animals, typically folks that were like more impoverished and stuff like that, just kind of like treating it as if it was a joke or if it was like not some serious stuff. And it's weird thinking now, like there's a lot of folks in the military that grew up that were born after 9/11 that never experienced that, like guys that were closer to our age. And so that's been a very consistent trend across the GWAT community, especially guys that grew up in the 90s or maybe the late 80s, and they saw that happen or transpire in real time while they're in high school or college or whatever. And that's a big reason why a lot of guys in the GWAT joined in the first place, was seeing that and thinking, I got to do something.
100%.
This right here this is my why, and this is our why. Now, granted, okay, there's a lot of people, internet sleuths out there that have been like looking into that and want to try to say that there's like some conspiracy theories. Not really interested in that stuff as much as I am the fact that a lot of guys saw that and they're like, this is why I'm going to join, and that has been a very consistent thing. So,
yep, I grew up in America believing wholeheartedly in our Constitution, our republic, not a democracy. Many will confuse those two words.
Yeah, don't conflate it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, exactly. It is a republic,
Yep.
and if you're not educated enough to know the difference, I challenge you all to go figure that out, because democracy is not what we are. We're a republic for a good reason.
Yeah.
But understanding what it is, what it means to serve, what it is to sacrifice, those are the things that to give yourself. I mean, when you look back in history and, whether it's just watching a Hollywood movie, Saving Private Ryan, and you see historical accounts or representations of historical accounts of what people would be willing to put themselves through for a righteous cause. And when 9/11 happened, the story, the narrative which was presented, it was a righteous cause to go and defend ourselves back against somebody who had basically put a plot together to kill 3,000 people on American soil.
Yeah.
So I was committed to that, and I would die for this country, for our republic, and I would die for our people to ensure that a future generation wouldn't have to go through that. And I'm fully committed, even today, to do that as well.
Yeah.
So back then, I had the same commitment. However, I was stuck in college. I'd already committed a bunch of money, and so I told my buddy, because he called me up shortly after 9/11. We're back in the school semester, and he says, "Hey, I'm joining." And I said, "Of course,